Welcome back, guys, to We Talk Boxing. And in this video I'm going to be giving you guys my pre-fight thoughts, analysis, and hopefully just a little bit of a prediction as well in how I feel that this fight between Sonny Edwards versus Andreas Campos. Now this fight will take place in London and it will be shown live on DAZN. So again, for people that are the other side of the Atlantic, it'll probably be shown early hours in the morning. But here in the UK, the main card should be roughly around between 9:30 and 10:30, give or take. So now, before I continue with this video, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment and share for more boxing related content and help us grow this channel even further. So this fight on Saturday night between Sonny Edwards versus Andres Campos will be for Sonny Edwards' title. Now he is a champion at 112 pounds. I don't know why I keep saying 120, but he is a champion at 112 pounds, the IBF champion. So he will be taking on obviously the number 7th ranked boxer in that organisation of Andres Campos, who is currently undefeated. He is currently 15 wins with no losses on his record, with 4 KOs as well. Sonny Edwards, his record is impeccable as well. He's 19-0 with 4 KOs to his name. Now, the first thing that stands out between both fighters is their KO percentage. Now, both guys have only got 4 KOs on their record, Sonny Edwards not in 19 fights and Campos in 15. So this fight doesn't scream knockout. Now, as much as both guys, were probably screaming, shouting in the press conferences saying, I'm going to knock you out, I'm going to knock you out, blah, blah, blah. Their records don't suggest that we're going to see a knockout. Okay, now it can happen because it is boxing, but I just can't see it happen. It's very unlikely. Now, this fight is more likely, to go the distance. Now, the difference between both guys, is their skill level really and the opposition that they've kind of fought to date. Looking at the records, I don't really know a lot about the flyweight division, but I'm guessing it's a good guess as well that Eddie Hearn and so on have obviously put their man Sonny Edwards in the right position. To probably have a fairly good resume behind him as well, because they're talking about him maybe unifying at some point this year against Jesse Rodriguez as well, who is a champion within the division. I think he is the WBO champion within the division. So that'll be quite a tough fight for Sonny Edwards as well. But they're quite confident that their man can maybe pull this off. Now, when looking at their physical stats between both guys, there's not a lot in it really. Both guys are fighting at a low weight. It's flyweight. They're both 5'3". I think Campos is probably half an inch taller. Maybe 5'3.5". But he has got according to BoxRec, a much bigger reach advantage of 64.5 inches compared to Sonny Edwards, who has 60-inch reach. Now, Edwards is the older man by 1 year. He's 27. Campos is 26. And both guys, started their careers roughly around the same time. Campos in 2018 and Edwards in 2016. But it is Edwards who has more rounds under his belt as a professional. He's 449 rounds compared to Campos' 101, which is quite weird. But anyway, the KO percentage is slightly favouring Campos' favours really. He's got 26.67% KO rate compared to Sonny Edwards, who has 21%. But again, as I said, both guys have got 4 KOs on their record, so it doesn't scream big knockout artists in my eyes. Whereas Campos is obviously ranked as the number 1 Chilean boxer, but in the world rankings, he's only ranked as number 53 best flyweight in the world. But slightly differences for Sonny Edwards. He's ranked as obviously the best UK boxer currently. But again, there's one name which I can see on that list as well, which stands out by far, and that is obviously the Olympic medalist, Galal Yafai. Again, a prospect for the future and maybe a potential fight for Sonny Edwards, down the road. But Sonny Edwards is ranked second in the world. Obviously, as I said earlier, Jesse Rodriguez is number one. So that could be another potential bout for Sonny Edwards as well. I'm guessing if he comes through this quite comfortably, then that would be his next fight. To maybe unify and then maybe go after some of the other titles, etc. before hopefully maybe himself moving up at one point. Now, as I said at the start of the video as well, I don't really know a lot about the flyweight division, but I have seen Sonny Edwards fight on a few occasions. I saw his last fight. He looked okay in his last fight. He's a fast fighter. Sonny Edwards is sharp. He hits hard, but it's just the KO percentage just doesn't show that. Do you know what I mean? Because he hasn't stopped his men. But I can see this fight, as I said, going the distance, and I do believe Sonny Edwards it will have enough, to come over the line and win this fight and hopefully challenge for, and hopefully challenge one of the other champions within the division. So yeah, that's my prediction really. I feel as if it's going to be a points decision victory for Sonny Edwards. A quite comfortable and relatively easy fight and night's work for Sonny Edwards. He is a good talent, and a good prospect, and hopefully he could go on and maybe, if possible, become undisputed at that weight. As I said, I don't know too much about the flyweight division. I am keeping an eye on it because obviously, from my point of view, we have got Galal Yafai who done really well in the Olympics and obviously etc. And he's with the zone and they're looking to try and promote him. So again, I am going to start keeping my eye on this division because I do believe in Galal Yafai. I do feel as if he could maybe be, a multiple weight world champion. He's just got to knuckle down and get, and stick with his boxing really, and hopefully he could become something quite decent. And you never know, as I said earlier as well, we might see some sort of match off between himself and Sonny Edwards later down the line because both guys are very talented. The only things that I feel that could maybe stop both guys is probably their physicality, their size. They're not big for like big guys in their division. So how many divisions I feel that they can maybe climb up and try and fight in, it's going to be depending upon the physicality. But yeah, it should be a good night's work on Saturday. Good show, good card. There's a few other fighters fighting on the card as well. So yeah, so stay tuned, and I'm gonna be watching it. And it's boxing at the end of the day. It's not the best of shows, but it's boxing, and I think as if the Zone show, Chevron Clark is probably a fight that I maybe want to watch. Even a Johnny Fisher as well, heavyweight. I like the heavyweights. I'm really into my heavyweight boxing. So they're probably the two fights which I'll probably be watching out for under the Zone before the main event. And then obviously probably get some sleep and then get up early and hopefully watch the Josh Taylor versus Teofimo fight as well. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you see this fight going? Who do you feel as if who's got the biggest advantage in this fight, and who do you think is gonna win, and by what method? Points, stoppage, KO? Do you know what I mean? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, please subscribe and like and comment and share for more box related content. Bless.